Alrighty, hello, this is Jenna New, following up on the moon. This time I'm going to do a freestyle. You can do the numbers if you want to. I've got the numbers down. But I think there's something special that people need to understand about Luna, Kali, the moon, Lilith, all of those. In old ancient times, she wasn't there. She was brought in. And this is, you can go into the Mayans, you can go into some old Vedic texts. They'll tell you the moon didn't used to be there. I'm happy to say she is now. And no matter what you're going to subscribe to her, she has some basic facts. She pulls the water on the earth. That's apparent in the tides, and that's in all the science. 73% of the earth is water. 73% of human is water. So we get pulled. We get pulled by all the planets. But Luna's the closest. She's even closer than the sun. And as much attention as a big bright ass old sun gets, you see things in the light of the moon that you don't see under the sun. Now, the fact that the moon comes up every 28 days, which is the Mayan calendar, the most accurate calendar there is out there. This Julian to whatever crap that they got us on now only sets us apart from the moon. The moon cycle is steady. The moon cycle is apparent in a woman. And that's why she's been compared, and that's why she's called she, is because our moon is 28 days. And must be something to it, because women in general have 28-day cycles. Everybody is so subscribed to the 12, right? Problem with that is there wasn't 12 of anything. There's always the 1 plus 12, 13. 13 has been made to be a bad number, but it's not. 13 is the number of a natural cycle, like 28. Like 432 hertz, like the Schumann resonance, or like the universal resonance. People are so fucked up because they don't pay attention to the moon, and the moon is our clock. The sun is not our clock. The sun's probably not even been our sun the whole time, just like the moon hasn't been ours the whole time. There's so many theories out there. A procession, so to speak, that's spoken of in Greek mythology, with Uranus being the leader. And Uranus was in love with Earth, and they spawned Saturn, who got jealous with old Freudian mother love thing and castrated his dad out of jealousy. And thus sprung the rest of the gods. Gods. Haven't done me a shit and lick of good. Anyway, Luna. So now that we're in the here and now, what does she do for us now? And I'm going to call her Luna. A lot of people call her Kali. which is another proper name. And if you went to the other side of her, they'd be calling her Lilith. And the Lilith moon has also had a bad rap. She is the wife of Eve, or of Adam. And matter of fact, Eve was pulled from Adam, supposedly. I highly doubt that. But Lilith was made out of the same stuff and wouldn't kowtow to a man, and thus has been demonized. Well, the same thing has happened with the moon. She comes out at night and decides whether she wants to show her light or not. Has nothing to do with Gaia in the way or anything. Everybody's ruled by the moon. Water is emotion, energy in motion. Water is pulled by the gravity of the moon. Water's pulled by every gravity out there. Our emotions are like the waves in our bodies, and they're pulled with the rest of the water. She's been demonized because men can't handle their women being free, because she's identified with the moon because of her 28-day cycle and her emotions. Even though we all know this, that men are just as emotional, only they won't admit to it. So that is the man's rejection of the natural order as compared to the woman's acceptance of the natural order. And I'm not going to say all men, and I'm not going to say all women, because there are very many men out there that know what that means. I talked to one tonight when I was fishing, and I says, "What does that mean to you?" And he said, "It's beautiful." And right then and there, I knew there was an emotion. I've talked to other men, they go, "Oh, well, I can see my pack or whatever." Okay, now that's not emotion. But those same men are middier than fuck. So I'm sorry. Emotion's there. There needs to be a alchemically, I would say there needs to be a balance. And Luna will pull that balance on you. And you might not like it. And that may end up being that you're an asshole or a bitch because you don't want to handle the feeling. Yet the feeling is there to tell you that you're not handling something. Well, it's catch-22. Everything's catch-22. Alchemically, she shows you that there is a pull. There is a way. There is a motion that you need to come in touch with. And if you don't come in touch with it, you're going to run up against all kinds of obstacles. And tell me that that ain't true in your life. The numbers for Luna, you know, I can go into them. The MOON is pretty easy for most people to figure out. You know, I noticed when Livette was doing her interpretations of Moon on the different languages, a lot of them start off with M. And it makes you wonder sometimes, because there's a comfort to the moon. When the moon's out and you're sitting by the dock like I was this evening, you get a comfort, like, and I think that's translated throughout the years because of the amount of names that have come for her. And I think, Lavette, you said Ma. You've had a hard to find Persian version of it. How much does Ma sound like Ma'at, who is the original mother goddess? I knew on that one. You had mentioned 88, Lavette. And Messer, I know you and a few people are following the 88. I want you to take it down to one thing. What is 88? Power, power. 8's power. That's what 8 stands for. 88, 16. What is power, power? 7. What is 7? Introspection. Guess what the moon is all about. I love y'all. Good night. I mean.